Yeah, he said in the mail, so he
Hmm.
will be there. There was a question in the last session. So, do we have component analysis sort of thing in the session?
Component analysis.
Yeah.
What type of analysis? Okay, I'll ask. No problem. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. We have around 9 to 10 type of testing possible in Fusion 360.
Yeah.
Now that depends what type of analysis they want to do, whether it is normal structural analysis,
Yeah.
linear,
So you
non-linear.
can discuss the things with the participants so that
Yes, yes, yes.
it will be
Sure,
more
sure, sure.
clear.
I'm sorry, I could not. I did not get this question last evening.
Okay.
That was there in the chat.
No. The session was conducted by Tarun sir. So in that
Acha.
session, this question was arise so that I told that yeah, you may cover this topic.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. No problem. No problem. Chalo, do let me know once everybody is here. We'll start.
Yes. Sir, I think you can start the session. People may join. Rajesh sir?
Yes, yes, yes. You want me to start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I'm going to start then. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, welcome to all of you for this generative design session of Fusion 360. So first, I'm going to explain what is this generative design, because this is the module where actually artificial intelligence, machine learning, and a lot of algorithm comes into the picture. And according to your inputs and what type of output you want, you can give all these data to the machine, and machine is going to calculate, do the calculation part, and it's going to suggest you a lot of outcomes based on your input and requirement. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Preetham, can you please allow me to share a screen? Preetham?
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, thank you. So let's start with this one. Okay, a small PPT with some case studies. Then I will directly go to the demo part, how actually Fusion 360 is going to help you to get n number of different outputs. So first thing is, what is the traditional product development process? This one, design exploration. We need to come up with the concepts. Then from concepts, we can go to the evaluation as well as manufacturing. Then with the data of manufacturing and evaluation, we can do the validation part, and then we can produce our component. This is the traditional product development. We need to think about the concepts, then start doing the design part. In terms of manufacturability, we have to think, then we have to evaluate our design, validate our design, then only we can produce the product, right? See, this is called iteration phase, concept phase, where a lot of, and you can see in this image, a lot of processes are cyclic in nature. If I'm getting some constraint in the manufacturability, then I can again send my file to evaluation department, and then maybe the concepts need to be revised. So a lot of things are happening in iteration phase, and then it is going to be designed to production after validation. So this is the traditional way of product development. Now let's move to the latest technology. If you go for this Autodesk generative design, improve productivity. Now you can see generative design is the module, is the technology where during the concept, during the iteration phase, you can get n number of permutation combinations of your design according to the input, as I already told you. Like I want to manufacture a part which, let's assume an example, that one product is already available in market, right? I want to iterate that product with I want to reduce at least 30% of mass. I want to increase the stiffness, or you can say strength of that product. And I also want to make that product sustainable. And I also want to control the cost. So I have a lot of parameters to control. How we can control that? Because if you see a single designer, how many iterations a single designer can do in a single day? It takes a lot of time to do the iteration according to the requirement. Like, let's take an example of manufacturing. There are separate technologies of manufacturing. Like if you want to create your part through subtractive manufacturing, you can create your part additive manufacturing. You can create your part with mold and casting. You can create your part with 2x cutting. N number of processes are available. So if you want to design a single part according to the manufacturer, at least 4 or 5 permutation combination you need. So it will be very difficult for a designer. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I'm sorry. So what I was discussing, you can get n number of outputs with the help of generative design technology. Let's see. Iteration phase. During iteration phase, software is going to suggest you n number of outputs. You can see this design at the right hand side. If you want to create such type of design, it is taking too much of time, right? While software is going to suggest you according to your criteria. That criteria maybe depends on manufacturability. That criteria maybe depends on the mass reduction or strength increase. Whatever you want to do, you can do with the help of generative design. See, productivity automatically increases because we are saving a lot of time. We can come up with any of the good solution, and you can directly go to the manufacturing of that product, right? So this is the technology, this is the type of simulation which is already available in most of the software, that is called topology optimization. That is based how you can customize the material, like how you can customize the overall shape, how you can customize the overall topology of your product. But topology optimization only gives you one result according to your input, and for that you need a lot of expertise. You need to put a lot of real-time data. Designers need to have a lot of experience. Then only you can get the good results from topology optimization. Though topology optimization is also available in Fusion, you can try this one also. Now I'm going to explain you what is the difference between topology optimization and generative design. Topology optimization, as I already told you, this is based only outcome. You will get your outcome only based according to the customization of material. You can only reduce the mass, and you will get only one solution, one result it will give you. And after that result also, you need to perform testing analysis, whether that result is feasible or not. You need to go for the analysis, whatever type of testing you want to do, that is structural, thermal, buckling, whatever study you want to perform. While generative design is a goal driven approach, I already have decided that I want to create a chair which should be lighter than the previous one, which should be having more strength, and I have already decided that my chair cost should lie within this range. And generative design will give you multiple outcomes according to your manufacturing methods. In single equation, you can define all type of manufacturing methods, and it will do the calculation part and give you solution for all the different applications.
Sir, can you use the same chair wala example for topology optimization?
Okay, I'll show you. In topology optimization, okay, I'll show you one image, then you will be able to understand. See, this is again a very real-time case study of Airbus, aerospace industry pioneer. You can see what is this panel. This panel divides the cabin crew space to the passenger space, right? Ideally, this is a complete solid material, a sheet. Now, they have designed this entire panel with the help of this generative design, and what they have achieved 45% mass reduction. Airbus A320 Bionic partition. Additive manufacturing using proprietary new material. And you can understand that in aerospace industry, if you are able to reduce the overall weight, then automatically efficiency, pollution, everything you can control. This is a real-time example. You can search in the Google and you can get all the details also.
So, sir, does that mean generative design is meant to use for mass reduction only, or it can be used for some other purposes as well?
For every purpose. For example, in case of any product, if you want to reduce the mass, if you want to control the strength, you want to control the cost, every product, no matters whether it is, this is a single module. This is not a complete, like additive manufacturing. This is a simple module of testing and getting the n number of results.
Sir, what I'm not getting is that in the topology is used in the in the traditional manufacturing. That's what you want to say?
Yes, yes, yes.
And how come they are not doing all these things, what we are doing in generative designs,
Right. In
generative
topology
manufacturing?
optimization, you cannot give the manufacturing constraints. Like if I go to the previous slide, see, typically is not a manufacturing aware. Whatever you have designed, according to your constraints, you can get the outcome. But you cannot decide whether that outcome can be manufactured with CNC machine, can be manufactured with additive manufacturing, can be manufactured with die and casting. Then again, that part you have to perform. While generative design, we can define all these things well in advance. Then according to my, this manufacturing methods also, it will give me the results. Okay, let me see if I'm having that image. I'll show you. This one. Can you see this slide? Now you will be able to understand. Can you see this slide? This is a single component. This is a single, part. And you can see how different design for different manufacturing methods. This design software is suggesting if you are trying to manufacture the same project with casting and molding. This design software is suggesting if you are trying to make with additive manufacturing. This design is hybrid, subtractive as well as cast mold. Then this is totally CNC machine object. This is again a composite. Though it's a single design, the center one. Can you see that? So this is generative design is doing.
So, sir, basically, what you want to say that what kind of manufacturing is to be used, this is
Yes.
suggested by this generative design.
Not suggested. You can mention that I want to design my component which I can manufacture with, which I want to manufacture with additive manufacturing. Then software will only suggest you the additive manufacturing method design.
So, sir, don't you think that this is the same thing if I'm going for the traditional manufacturing? So, I am the person who is suggesting that I'll be going for this. While here also I'm suggesting the software that I want to go for additive only. So now what is the difference? I'm not getting it, sir.
See, I am telling you, topology optimization only gives you the result related to your shape. After that, you need to check whether that part can be manufactured by which method. That depends on your experience, whether that part can be manufactured with CNC machine or not. That part can be manufactured with additive manufacturing or not. You have to perform that testing also. You have to perform that calculations manually by your own experience. While generative design, it will automatically give you a number of results according to the manufacturability.
So I can suggest machine that I want to use additive manufacturing, and machine can software can tell me that whether I can go for additive or not, and that this would be best for additive or some other kind of
software is not going to tell you the whether which manufacturing method is the best one. But if you have constrained that you have already decided that this is the part which I'm going to make with 3D printing, right? Then you can already give this input that I want all the designs which I can make with 3D printing. So software will only give you those designs which can be manufactured with 3D printing.
Okay, sir. Now I got it.
Right? Okay. Let me go to the.
Right, sir.
So this one we were talking about. See, this is the panel. So next, you can see how many iterations software is going to do, because this is the entire, cloud-based. Every calculation is going to happen into the cloud, so you do not need to worry about your machine engagements. Because if you try to do very real time of simulations, then your machine need to be engaged for a longer time. because a lot of calculation is going to happen on the back end. So we can take the advantage of this cloud calculations also. You can see all these are the different designs suggested by the software. Whenever you click, you can get these many designs. And software will also suggest you. So software will also recommend you according to your parameters that this design is recommended by 90%, 95%. This is the first case study. See, with the same Airbus, you can see this image. These many designs has been suggested by the software. Can you imagine that these many permutation combination can a single designer can do? Will be very difficult and very time consuming.
Yes, sir, not possible.
Not possible. And you can choose any of the design related to you, and this is the real-time case study. They have created this partition through 3D printing with new material, getting the output of 45% mass reduction. Now you can see chair you were talking about, ma'am, right? A simple chair, and these many outputs are coming with generative design. You can choose any one as per your requirement. So what is the basic design in the chair? 4 legs, 1 sitting position, and 1 backrest position. That's all. Nothing else is required. But if you give all the inputs like materials, cost, manufacturing methods, then software will give you a number of solutions. Getting this point or not?
Yes, sir, very much clear.
Hello.
Right. Yes.
Hello, sir. I have some questions related to this generative design.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, first off, the thing that I was having one complaint with Autodesk that they have removed the generative design feature from Fusion now. It is not available in student version.
No, sir, they have not removed. Who told you that they have removed this?
That means when I have this Fusion 360, but one cannot access, means one cannot.
Yes, sir, that part I have already told you in the starting, because this is a module which is where cost is also involved. You need a lot of cloud credits, and one cloud credit is equivalent to $1. But we will be giving you free of cost, provided you are using your college domain ID, like nic.in or .ac.in, something like that.
Okay, sir.
Autodesk is not giving generative design access to any generic email ID like Gmail, Hotmail, or Yahoo.
Okay. So I signed in with my Gmail ID. That's why my access.
That's why you are not able to access it, sir.
Okay. Sir, and second question is that the design is only applicable to specific stress conditions.
What specific
stress conditions? Means we have to define the stress parameters initially, and then the software gives solution. But in certain cases, if the stress condition changes, then are these designs validated or not? That was my question.
Sir, I'll give you the demo, then automatically you will get your answer.
Okay.
Right. So I hope it is clear what is the basics of generative design. I've already shown you some of the case studies, and also there are a lot of case studies available. I'll show you. You can go to the Autodesk
Sir, can
website.
I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Sir, what seems to be so simple in the beginning, that we need to create a design, we search and create design, and then we can design it on AutoCAD Fusion, and then it can be converted into STL file, and then we can print it through 3D printer, right?
Right.
So that seemed to be very simple in the beginning, but now what you are presenting right now, I think I can conclude that it is not that much simple. We need, number of different manufacturing method to create one design. As you have just given example of a chair, that means one can print through 3D printer. I understand that, but if you really want a good design, then you will have to go for the different kind of manufacturing. Am I right, sir?
No, for designing, you do not need to have the manufacturing facility with you. But yes, you can analyze the different outcomes according to the different manufacturing methods. And that is available digitally that you can do in Fusion. See, if you are having CNC machine in your college and you actually want to create that component, yes, that is good enough. But if in case you are not having, then also at least you can visualize the design which can be manufactured with the help of 3D printer. Or you can compare the designs. Getting my point or not?
Sir, I'm getting it because my college doesn't have this kind of facility. What
Mhm.
I want to know, if I want to start this thing from scratch in my
Okay.
college, and I'm bringing one project and I'm working on it.
Mhm.
So it is not only the thing that I'll get a 3D printer in my college through some project or so, but I'll have to to actually create something. I have to have different kind of manufacturing unit in my college. Is that so?
No, not required, not required. We are simply focusing on the design product, design so that we can generate the G codes for 3D printing. See, what is the overall objective of this FDP is I want to leverage the newest technology in terms for the additive manufacturing methods, right? So I am interested to create a number of designs using latest technology available so that I can get the different outputs which I can made easily with 3D printer. You do not need to have all the manufacturing facility with you.
Okay, sir. So that means I can create number of designs and I can, convert them into some kind of model through that printer.
Yes, yes, you can create n number of models. Like, okay, I got very good doubt from your side that in case you want to implement this technology in your college, right? And you want to learn more about it. That is your point. How you can actually go
Yes, sir.
through it.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
okay, fine. Let me open a new site. Please note it down. This is very good resource for all of you. This is the site academy.autodesk.com, where we have a lot of around 600, 700 hours of digital content available, all free of cost for you. You do not need to do anything. Just go to Learn tab and click to take a course. And you can see a lot of courses are available for, see, generative design for manufacturing expert. Okay. Generative design for part consolidation. I'll show you. Generative design for improved performance and weight reduction. This is a complete online course available with all the data set, video tutorials, and PDF files with step-by-step solution. And the total course hours is 20 hours. Generative design for industrial applications. If you simply want to see the basics, introduction to generative design for manufacturing. And this is the course which I would suggest for you, generative design for additive manufacturing. This is the best course for all of you because we are focusing on additive manufacturing. You can simply click this course. Since you are already having your account with you, you can enroll this course with your account and you can see 18 lessons, 20 hours, and you can see each and every steps and everything will be given. Right?
Right, sir. Thank you.
So in case you want to learn more about it, I know in 1.5 hours, I can only give you the overview. So if you want to learn more about it, you can do that. Okay, let me go to the demo part so that you will be able to understand. I'll show you the output first. Let's see. I have taken this biomedical device intentionally just to giving you some different flavor so that you will be able to understand, okay, this type of things we can also design in Fusion. You see this design first. This is my entire prosthetic, which I have designed in Fusion 360. Can you see that? This is the outer cover. Then there is an attachment at the bottom. Two hooks is already available just to tighten the ribbon part. And the inner shell. So let me show you each and every detail, then it will be easy for you. This is the meshed body. This is actually the scanned object which I have taken as a reference. This is the scanned of a patient leg overall shape. After taking this reference, I have created this shape outer cover. You can see. Then I have created this outer cover also. One cushion is also available. So let me off this one. This is the cushion and this is the outer body. And then I have created this base part and these two hooks. So this is the complete prosthetic I have already designed. Now you can see this is complete, fully packed. Wherever the patient, this can be wear, so you can see this entire leg is going to cover with this prosthetic. This is traditional design. Many of you have already seen it. So because of the complete cover, there is a lot of sweating problem is happening, something strain is happening, so a lot of things. Now what I want, I am interested to get different design of the same shape using generative design, but I have already given the condition that whatever the shape software is going to suggest me, I want to manufacture that entire shape with 3D printing. This I have already decided. So now for that, what you have to do, after creating your design, you can change your module from design to generative design. See. This is the entire generative design workspace. What are all the different things you need to think over here? You can see there are some box which I have already created, some green objects are already available, some red objects are already available. So different things you can see. What are all these things? In case this is the complete generative design, all these steps available in a sequence. So first step is, in case you, after creating your design, if you want to edit your design in generative design module, though I have already designed in Fusion, so I do not want to use it. But if you want to use, you can go for edit model and you can create anything. You create anything or you can modify anything. Same features which we have already seen: create a sketch, extrude, revolve, sweep. If in case you want to perform some modification, if not, after modification, you can go to finish edit model. Now, actually, the generative design module is starting. What are the different things you need to keep in mind? First thing is, this is the important point: 3 objects: preserve geometry, obstacle geometry, and shape geometry. Preserve geometry means, let me show you this one. Can you see? These 3 bodies I have already preserved. Means I do not want to touch any design. I do not want to see any design change in these parts. Whatever the design change software can suggest the overall outer shape, because my hooks are going to attach and the base is already going to attach to the other component. So this 3 body I have already made it preserve. I do not want to touch these 3 bodies while getting the outcomes. So you need to define preserve bodies. So these 3 bodies I have already defined. Now obstacle bodies. Obstacle means, obstacle body refers to the areas where you do not want your outcome should go beyond. I only want my outcome should lie within this box. That's why I have already defined this obstacle geometry. Otherwise, software can give me the solution. वो यहाँ से यहाँ कुछ arc जैसा shape लाके दे रहा है, कोई problem नहीं है. Software can give me this type of designs also. But I have already created obstacles. My outcome should not go beyond this box. Then starting shape. What would be the shape you want? I want my design should also having the same shape, no matters from where it is going to create, remove the material or not, but it should not cross the limit of this shape. It should be similar to this shape because automatically I have already taken the scan of any patient leg. So these three points are very important to define in generative design. Is that clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Next point is you need to define these design conditions like structural constraints and loads, because this part is, patient is going to wear on the leg when it is moving. So definitely there is a force acting on it. When he is going to tighten this hooks, then also force is going to acting on it. So you need to apply the forces. I have already applied. I can show you. See load cases. This is the force 1, which I applied on the hooks because we are going to tighten the ribbon or leather belt, whatever it is. And then this is the force 2, which is the overall weight of the leg or patient leg when he is moving using this prosthetic. So I've also applied some load at the bottom. So you need to apply these loads also, right? Constraints, again, degree of freedom. So I have already taken this part as a constraint, bottom part, because it is going to be touched to the ground. So it is fixed. I have already defined grounded. So this thing I have already defined. Now you can see the next step. Design criteria. What is the objective of your additive manufacturing process? You can click to objective. My objective is maybe minimize mass or maximize stiffness, and you can define the factor of safety also. That I want my output which is having factor of safety 2 or maybe 3, maybe 1.5, maybe 3.5, whatever it is. Because this is also a very important parameter while designing a component, factor of safety. That only allows you, if you are going to design a chair and you have already taken the factor of safety 2, if you're designing a chair for 100 kg person, then if a person of 150 or 175 kg is going to sit on that chair, then chair is not going to break because you have already taken the double factor of safety. Right? I am going to click OK. Then
Sir, what is the safety factor? How do you decide on 2, 3, this number?
what is the factor of safety? Factor of safety is defined as the, okay, if I'm going to tell you in a layman terms, suppose I am defining a factor, I'm defining a component which can load only 10 kg. Right? I am defining a component which can bear the load of 10 kg. If at any condition, the moment I am going to increase the load from 10 to 11 kg, my part is going to break. So it means your component is having factor of safety 1, equivalent to 1. The purpose you have designed it, he is only fulfilling that condition. Factor of safety 2 means if I have designed a component for 10 kg, if I am putting the load of 20 kg, it is not going to fail. Just double the strength. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll
Sir,
tell you.
what was the material that you have been you have proposed to use in that prosthetic?
I'm going to tell you. Because material is the next step. If I tell you the example of factor of safety, you can take the real-time example of Indian Railways. Normally, wagons are designed with the factor of safety 5 or 6. You know why? Because we have 72 seats in the railway wagon. And how many people are traveling in that wagon?
Maybe 72 or more, double of it.
Yeah, sometimes maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
That depends on the festival seasons also.
Yes,
So
and
that's
that
why
depends
Indian
on
festival
the
season.
kind of bogie you have. If you are in general, that can be 5 or 10 times.
Yes,
6 times.
yes. That's why they always design wagon with factor of safety minimum taking 5 or 6. so that it can
Got it,
bear
sir.
the load. Okay, fine. So factor of safety is already done. Now next go for manufacturing method. That was important point which I was discussing. As of now, I don't know whatever the outcome software is going to provide, that can be built with which manufacturing method. So I am going to specify the manufacturing method. Just click to manufacturing. You can see this entire dialog box, where the first option is cost estimation. If you want to calculate the cost, you need to give this production volume. Like somebody was asking for mass production. Yes, you can use generative design for mass production also. If you want to calculate the cost, let's say I'm not interested right now. Then manufacturing methods, unrestricted. Unrestricted means it can give you any aesthetic design where it is not going to show you. That is your choice by which method you want to create. Unrestricted. Second is additive manufacture. Third one is milling, which is nothing but CNC. And in milling also, they have multiple options like 2.5 axis milling, 3 axis milling, and 5 axis multi-axis milling. What is the facility you are having? But still, you can get all type of designs. Then 2x cutting. What is the maximum wall thickness if you want to use this one? Then die casting. What is the minimum draft angle, minimum thickness, maximum thickness? You need to provide all these data. But my intention is I only want to create the outcome which can be built with additive manufacturing, milling, or unrestricted. I have already specified these 3 type of manufacturing methods. So here you need to specify that you want to produce your outcome by all these methods. Just click OK. Now you have defined all the inputs. You can check this pre-check option. You might get some errors, not errors, yes, some warnings. And if error is happening, then it is not going to resolve. Warning, some preserved geometries are interfering with the obstacle geometry. No issues. That warning I can easily ignore because that intentionally I have done it. Close it. Then you can click to generate. Because I have already given a lot of conditions. Now you was talking about the materials, right? So you can go for materials, study materials. I have already chosen material aluminum. For unrestricted, I am using aluminum and aluminum, these two. For additive, I am using ABS plastic, resin, and then aluminum also. Milling, aluminum only. All the material library are already available. What you have to do, you need to right click and add to any specific method, maybe additive, or add to all methods. Automatically, material is also going to assign. Right, so you can choose n number of materials for n number of different outputs. Close, and then you have to click on generate. Since I have taken a lot of inputs, so my study can take maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes it may take 45 minutes also to give you the n number of outcomes. So anyways, I'm not going to generate right now because it is a time taking process. I have already generated the outcomes for it. I have already completed this entire study. You can see. You can see this. These outcomes, these 11 outcomes has been created by the software. Outcome number 1, 2, 5, 4, 8, 11, and this one. Let me go for this one. See. And all the studies has been completed. Now you want to see, like here it is not mentioned what is the manufacturing method. So this is thumbnail view. You can go to properties view. See. If you go for properties view, you can see. Body 1, outcome number 4, status already converged, material is aluminum, manufacturing method is unrestricted, and you can see all these things. What is the mass coming, volume coming, factor of safety is 2, minimum factor of safety is 2. All these details are already. This is also unrestricted. Okay, let me go to the next one. This is unrestricted. This is ABS plastic and this is additive. So you can see the changes. You can see the different design. This is unrestricted. This is additive manufacturing. This is 3x milling because this type of shape you cannot create with CNC machine. So this is simple 3x milling. This is again outcome 5 is again for additive manufacturing. All the things are already available. You can see the different designs. Outcome 12, additive manufacturing with the material of aluminum. Now, at any time you want to explore any of the design, let's say I'm going to click this. Just click to your any outcome. It will show you the overall design view. And testing has already been done in this part. I'll show you the analysis results also. You can see the bottom line, iterations 0 to 35. To reach this stage, it took 35 iterations. This is the design software has suggested for 3D additive manufacturing. 3D printing. Can you see that? If I go for stress view, you can see there is not even a single part where my stress is high according to my loading condition. Means this part can be manufactured easily without any issue. This is the entire prosthetic. And you can see the preserved geometries which are not being touched. These two hooks and the bottom part. The remaining shape, it has customized the material. Can you see this? Here also you can see the preserved geometry view. See, this is the preserved geometry view, this is the obstacle geometry view, and this is the starting shape, yellow, green, red, and yellow. If you do not want to see this, if you just want to go back, you can finish outcome view. Even if you want to compare this view with other design, you can click to compare and you can select this one also. Now it will give you two parallel windows to compare all the properties. This is outcome 5, this is outcome 2. Setting up. Are you getting the concept or not? There is a
Yes, sir.
specific
Meanwhile,
procedure.
can I,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Can I ask you one question? Meanwhile?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, you have designed this product. So why do you think and how can you reach to a conclusion that this design is better than the earlier one that is already existing?
No, as I already told you, see, challenges are always happening. I have already told you this entire coverage of the leg is creating a lot of that sweating issue for the patient. So we want to make this prosthetic a little bit airy so that air can circulate in and out. That is a single challenge which I am telling you. There might be other challenges also. But again, with this design, suppose if this is the design, my prosthetic is working fine, then you can see these much material I can save. And because my
Yes, sir.
material is less, then I can use some good quality of material, maybe titanium, maybe something else, rather than normal aluminum. That is, then if your material is good, then automatically that is proportionate to sustainability. Your life of the product will automatically go high.
Better.
So everything is related. That's why you can always explore different designs. See, you can see the different designs, outcome 2 and outcome 5. If you see the stress view, both the designs are safe. Whatever is the design you like, according to your choice, you can get this design and you can save this output. Let's say I'm going to open this one. Output selection. Let's say this is the design which I am liking, right? What I can do, or maybe outcome number 5. There is an option to create design from outcome. It will automatically extract the mesh from this, and you will get open this design in simple in another tab. Like I have already taken this outcome 5. You can see this outcome 5 I have already taken in my Fusion design. Can you see it?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, just now you were saying that we want to make this a little bit of airy, like air could pass. So only the design would play a role, or the material will also play a role in this?
See, this is the outer cover, right? Outer cover design is going to play the role. While once you are going to put the cushion, then definitely in cushion you have to work on the material also.
Yes,
But
because I
this-
was thinking like in hospitals generally, like the bed which is made of, I think, taxine material, it is very sticky, like
Right. See,
patient feels
that's
hot
why
on that. So I was
I'm
thinking like there would be a material role also.
material role, definitely material role will also be
Hello.
there, but
Hello.
this parts I need to manufacture.
Yes, sir.
But
Okay.
if you, for cushion purpose, yes, you need to work on the different materials.
Yes, sir.
Right. But yes, medical innovation is a quite challenging innovation because you need to take a lot of government approval for such type of design.
Yes.
You know, that should be
Yes,
should be approved by different type of authorities. Then only you can do such type of changes. I'm just taking an example.
yes, sir. Yes.
Right. So I've already made this one. Now, if I go for sorry, the previous file where outcomes is already there. So I'm going to finish the outcome. This is the tabular view. If you go for scatter plot view, see, now here everything is available. You can see these thumbs up. These thumbs up means according to your parameters, software is suggesting that this design is recommended for this materials. I have already taken ABS plastic, aluminum 6061, acetal resin, aluminum, and then aluminum this one. You can see this is scatter plot view. And whenever you select anyone, you will get all the properties at the right hand side. Right? Or table view, you can go to. Here you can get the recommendation also. Like study 1 outcome, this is recommended 85%. Study outcome 2, 79%. Outcome 3, 64%. So and manufacturing methods are also defined: additive, 3x milling, additive, 3x milling. Because I have taken only 2 methods, so it is only given restricted, additive, and 3x milling. And then all the properties. All these data is very much required for designer point of view. Right? Okay. Click to finish store, better to go for this one. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I hope, see, this is the basic one. I just wanted to show you the overview of the generative design. What is the minimum requirement from your side? You need to have a design. You need to have the real-time load data, like how many force, pressure, movement is going to apply. And you can choose different materials. You can choose different manufacturing methods. You can define your design objective, like factor of safety and everything. And you can simply go for this study and you'll get a lot of results. Then later on you can see. Now you can understand what is the difference between topology optimization and this generative design. In topology optimization, it will only give you single result. Here it will give you n number of results according to your parameters, according to your input. Right?
Right, sir.
Right. Okay. Anybody is having any doubt? You can go to Autodesk website also for the different case studies, generative design. So this is the customer success stories. I'll show you one this notice doctors makes Fusion 360 to create exoskeletons, and this one, let me show you this generative design. See, Print City 3D printing shop uses Fusion 360 to improve its own additive manufacturing with 2.5 access constraints. If I click this entire story, even some of the designers have already started creating this, using this generative design to complete the design and get the, let me show you one if I can get it. He is the designer from, he is designer from Hero Motocorp. He is doing internship. Let me select, what is his name? Srijan. I'll show you one of his studies. He has created this ice cream scoop. Where is this? Thing. And many of the NID is this one. See, he has created this ice cream scoop with the help of generative design as well as 3D printing. This is the real-time project. He is my student, Srijan Chatterjee from UPS Dehradun. See, he has already performed all the things and he has got 3D printed of this ice cream scoop. See, basic conceptual design. So many of the designers have started using this technology. The only thing is you need to use your login domain ID so that you can get access. Otherwise, you have to purchase the cloud credits, which is quite costly. One cloud credit is equal to $1. And for one complete study or downloading the outcomes, you need to invest minimum 125 cloud credits, which is quite expensive. So it's better to use college domain ID so that you can take the advantage of free access of generative design. Right?
Sir, in relation to that, this is not about generative design. In relation to what you have said just now, can I ask you one question about downloading this software?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So, sir, if I've downloaded this on one computer and I want to use in on another computer, then can I download it again because I'll be having the same ID?
Okay, yes, that's very good question because it's a cloud-based tool, right? You can download n number of systems, no issues. But in a single time, you can run any one software. Like obviously, either you are working with laptop or you are working with desktop. So there is no limitation of downloads. You can download in n number of machines. Got the answer, ma'am?
So, and sir, another thing is that suppose my institution wants to download one software from this. So because the institution wants it, so does the institution needs to upload some kind of, as we have uploaded our document, the personal documents. So the institution is needed to upload its document, then the institution can download it for free.
I'll show you in just a second. If you go for Autodesk licenses, this one, and if I'm clicking to Fusion, see, you can see this installation type, individual or class and lab. So this option is already available. Getting my point? Because in class and lab,
Yes,
you
sir,
might be needing one activation, and that will be activated throughout the lab. Because rather than installing individual. But whenever
Yes,
students
sir,
want to
there.
use this, students need to create their own ID because it is similar to Gmail ID or Facebook ID. You have to use your login credentials, then only you can access your account.
That means I can download it on my computer, on the lab computers. There might be
Yes.
20 computers. I can download it. But
Yes.
when the student will use, they'll have to upload their personal document and
Yes,
then
yes.
they'll be able to
They
use,
have to
right?
create account and get it verified. Then only they can access it,
Okay. Okay. So-
right?
And this is for Fusion only, or can be any other Autodesk software?
Ma'am, this is the education community page. All the software which I have written here, like Tinkercad, Fusion, Revit, AutoCAD, Maya, Advanced Steel,
Okay, for
Alias.
all of them.
Yes, all these are available for education purpose. You can download and install, and you can start exploring. Autodesk is the only company we have signed a MOU with the Ministry of HRD, I think 2010 or 12, that we will be giving free of cost all these technologies to all the educators, all the students, all the AICTE approved colleges. So I hope it is clear. You can try downloading these different technologies in your college lab. And whenever you want to perform any specific workshops, yes, you can always get in touch with Autodesk. We will be happy to support you right off in my time.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So I hope there is nothing left in the generative design. If you are having any doubt related to the previous sessions or generative design or anything, we are ready to discuss, because I have already completed my content related to generative design. It's a discussion time now. Anyone
So
wants to say anything?
there was a question I had asked Tarun sir,
Hmm.
that if you are completing a design and you are printing it, then
Hmm.
before you finally put it in the field, there is
Hmm.
some kind of finishing that is required. So I was asking Preetham sir that if you can enlighten us about that finishing thing. Do we need some kind of material or some element or some tools before you actually finish it and present it for the final thing?
Finish means post process you are talking about, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Let me show you my PPT. Again, there is no to this edited text in PPT. And this is the post process, right? So not very much you need to do, but yes, if you want, if you are using a material which can be cleaned with any type of chemicals, you can use chemicals also. Otherwise, 3D printing material, whatever the material I am using, ABS plastic and PLA, that can be easily rubbed. You can use sandpaper to rub the this extra material stock which is available on the any side of the product, and you can start using a product. That's the only thing. But if you want to get a very good finished product, so always try to use with 100% filling with minimum thickness of layer, so that automatically you will get almost finished object in the output. That is the only thing.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions? So I hope all of you are ready for the final test. 4 to 5. Am I correct, Preetham?
Seems so, sir.
Don't worry. I have already given very basic questions. You can, whatever we have discussed, I have given those type of questions. You can easily do all the questions correctly. Anyways, anybody wants to ask anything related to Fusion, related to Autodesk, or related to generative design, any design process, please ask. Anything is there? No questions? Jayant,
No,
Amit,
sir.
No, sir, no question.
okay, no questions. I'm already, I think they're already tired. They need some time to prepare for the test. Okay, everything is already clear. So Preetham, over to you, because I have already completed my content. So
Thank you, sir. Thank
want,
you.
you can continue, or if you want, you can give them break, because again 2:30 they need to log in.
Yeah, they have to log in at 2:30, and I'm giving the timing for the quiz. That will be means I am starting the quiz right now, and it will be available till 5. It is not 4 to 5. You can log in anytime, you can attempt anytime, but till 5 you have to complete.
Okay, one more, sorry,
So you can unshare.
one more request from my side. If anybody can on their camera so that I can take a screenshot.
So you can unshare the screen.
Okay, I am sharing the screen. Now, please.
So please switch on your camera.
I request to everyone, please switch on the camera. Pritam, can you take one screenshot?
Yeah, I taken. I've taken a screenshot. Sir, you are not visible, Rajesh sir.
Okay, just a second. My bandwidth is not very good today. I'm facing a lot of issues. Let me try on my camera.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Now I'm using my company's
You have to
logo.
change. You have to change the background also.
Okay, I'll change it later. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for the.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
In case,
Thank you, sir.
yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so
Oh,
much. So Pritam,
yeah,
I am leaving now. You
okay,
can
sir.
continue with your session.
Sir, if we want to reach to you, do we need to, can we contact Pritam sir?
You can contact Pritam sir, or I am sharing my email ID in the chat.
That is better, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Anytime you need my help, I have already shared my email ID. It's rajesh.yadav@autodesk.com. You can send me a mail.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Pritam.
A wonderful session. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
us, and encouraging us to use it.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you because there are a lot of disturbance. But anyways, thank you very much for your good feedback. In case you need my help in future also for your college, do let me know.
Sure, sir. I will pass on all the messages to you.
Thank you, Pritam.
So, participant, I have shared the link for the quiz. So you can attempt now, you can attempt later, but you have to finish it till 5. And there is feedback form at your login, so you can do that also.
So I'm leaving now, Pritam, right?
Okay, sir. I'm closing the
Where
meeting
is
now.
feedback form? Where is feedback
It,
form?
it is at your login, Atal FDP login.
And so, where is the link for the quiz?
I have sent the mail.
Mail. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, FDP login. Okay. In that means I have to fill up the form in Auto page.
Yes, it is on the Atal login page, and there is an option for feedback at the left column.
Okay.
So in that you have to fill. It is from the AICT only.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you all. I will switch on the meeting at 2 o'clock, so you can join.
Okay, and when you send the quiz
I have sent already.
mail, sir?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. I got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we will see you all at 2.
Thank you, Pritam, sir.
Oh, welcome.